Now, what are the requirements of a good a database management system? A mechanism for the specification of data and dependency, that is integrity constraint, should be there. The problem with the file processing systems which was there, that should be solved in the database management system. Then second, the prevention of redundancy and inconsistency problem in the database should be avoided. Third, the provision of the adequate security and access rights should be given so that the database will work. And the mechanism of the concurrency control, the mechanism to recover from the failure of the database. So these 5 points, the 5 points like a mechanism from the specification of data and dependencies. Second, prevention of redundancy and inconsistency in data. Third, provision for adequate security to secure the data, to provide proper level of access rights to the users, maintaining the concurrency control, and mechanism from recovery from failure. These are the 5 points which are where the limitations of the file processing systems should be solved so that the database management system can come into existence. Additionally, the Dbms should provide the schemas for the specification of processing rules and application programs, an efficient technique for storage and retrieval of data from the secondary disk. So now there is one primary disk as well as the secondary disk. Secondary disk is actually a bigger space where the data can be stored at large volumes, and it should provide a mechanism so that the data can be fetched from the secondary disk also. And here in primary disk only low storage data is there, so it's preferably like a cache memory. So it will become a more bigger version of the file processing system if the Dbms provides this. Now Dbms is going to provide all these things, and we are going to learn in near future how all this is being provided. Now here Dbms has got two major components. Now, which are the two major components? The structure of the database is nothing but what we call as a database schema. Schema is nothing but schema. Schema, the word itself tells, it is the structure of the database. Second is about the instance. Instance is a state of a database with the actual data loaded. So whenever you call as instance, we call in real life na, at this instant what is your situation. So similar way, at the instance what is the situation of the database, at how it's being actually loaded. It is a state of database with actual data loaded, that is called as instance. So two major components, namely database schema and instance. Now the set of software tools and programs which access, update or process the database is called as query and update mechanism. Query is generally made by the end users who use it, and updates are also made by the users. Each and every day data is being updated. So here is one diagram shown. The user is there. He is working with the database management system, Dbms, and there is a file manager in between, which is going to handle the secondary storage. Secondary storage is nothing but a bigger hard disk, or you can say bigger servers where the data is being stored and it is being fetched up. So here are nothing but the file managers who are going to help the Dbms in order to fetch data from the secondary storage devices. So in the next slide I'm going to show you, this is nothing but the view of data. Here there is a physical view, mainly it is called as an internal view. Second, it is a logical view. It is called as a conceptual view. And this is external view. External view is mainly of the users, where user number 1 is able to see this view, user number 2 is able to see this view, user number 3 is able to see this view. So accordingly it is there. Logical level, it contains nothing but the concept, or you can say it is nothing but the business model. Here the business model is being placed. For example, if you are working with a two-wheeler company, then the conceptual view of the company will be about the sales and service of the vehicles. Sales and conceptual view will be about the sales and the service of vehicles. So the complete a database will be of at this logical level, the business model will be there, and at the physical level there will be actual data, the data in the form in the raw format or the format which we expect, that will be, the data will be available over here. So in the next slide we are going to see data interdependence.